Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some very interesting news coming out over here when it comes to Microsoft. Now, I kind of feel kind of bad because my channel's been a little bit, I think, doom and gloom when it comes to Microsoft and Xbox these past few days. Although I just always want to remind you guys that Microsoft is like a stock I actually hold myself, and I do think long-term is going to be doing very well. I have Xbox Game Pass myself too. I've helped a lot of people get Xbox consoles. Definitely not trying to come off as like anti-Microsoft or whatever, but I just feel like there's been a lot of really bad news coming out, and I've also made bad news videos like this for PlayStation 2, so, I try to keep my bias, a little bit on the low end. But when it comes to this, we've actually had some pretty big news when it comes to Microsoft, where it seems like they're now about to lay off a lot of employees. They're losing a lot of money in their mainstead PC business, and as well, it kind of seems like the Xbox Game Pass and also Xbox itself, like the Xbox Series X and S, are both also doing a little bit on the sketchy side. So I'm very, very intrigued and very, I guess, somewhat worried on the future of this, because so far I don't believe we've seen Sony or Nintendo offer to do any layoffs as of this second, although I have seen a lot of other different types of companies, Facebook, Netflix, and other very big like tech firms also confirm a lot of either hiring freezes or layoffs as well. Now, I want to say that sometimes layoffs aren't necessarily the world's worst thing when it comes to a company. Sometimes, like, you're in a bull market, you're making a lot of money, peak revenue, stimulus flowing, and you want to maybe overhire a little bit more, and then you realize a few months later, like, hey, maybe we just go tone it down a little bit. And at the end of the day, if you're still employing hundreds of thousands of people, it's not the worst. But let's go talk about the issues and drama that Microsoft's actually been ongoing, especially because they just had a highlight of their marketer talk, like their shareholder meeting and discussing the company. Let's go break it down. As well, if any of you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway and the $500 giveaway too, so Twitter and Twitch down below for that. Amazon and Target links down there too as well, and let's dive into the video. So very first and foremost, we did go and hear the news that Microsoft is now basically confirming layoffs for the company itself. As you guys know, Xbox, Microsoft are all interconnected too as well, and they basically had their earnings come out. They're announcing recession fears too, and what they're kind of expecting. I think a lot of this news was on Friday for the market itself as it closed. So Microsoft, which is laying off nearly 1,000 workers now across multiple divisions, reports its fiscal first quarter results after market close on October 25th. So Microsoft, which is now confirmed laying off over 1,000 people across multiple divisions, reports its fiscal first quarter results after market close on October 25th. With the fears of a recession looming, Axios and Business Insider recently reported that the layoffs will be under 1,000 workers and will span various regions and departments. A Microsoft Corp spokesperson confirmed the accuracy of the reports in an email to MarketWatch. So Microsoft has around 220,000 employees worldwide and 122,000 in America, which is actually kind of a high amount if you go and think about it. So the software's giant first quarter earnings also closed amid foreign exchange pressure and concerns about the weakness in the company's PC business. So a lot of the things, that's kind of why I think maybe they're trying to push into PC, Game Pass, and also other various earning models, because maybe not as many people are using, say, Microsoft Office, for Word, etc. We have pretty good alternatives with, say, Google Sheets, Google, Google Docs, stuff like that, like freemium versions that are nice that are already integrated with Google, Gmail, etc. But as well, there's also a lot more other competitors too in terms of people making custom PCs and selling custom PCs. So it also kind of takes away a little bit of stuff from Windows. Windows does have tie-ins with that. And as well, we're also still seeing a very big market share on Apple with their iMacs and all that type of stuff too, taking away from the markets. Less people are probably spending money on computers. Less businesses are probably opening on up, and like major office buildings are probably also chilling, with a lot more people working from home. Like, so for someone like me, if I do stuff, I'm doing like Google Docs, Google Sheets, rather than, having like an in-office huge business with 500 people with brand new computers and brand new things on Microsoft, Microsoft Word, etc. So at the end of the day, a little bit more on the sketchier side. So as of right now, apparently after this pandemic boom, the PC market is in its steepest fall since data on it was first collected in the mid-90s, according to analysts. So UBS cut its actual Microsoft price targets to $300 after $330 on Thursday, as the analyst firm lowered its fiscal year estimates for the company's Windows business and also impacting the impact of foreign exchange. Now, to tie into with the Xbox side, we actually have also, I believe, seen numbers falling from Xbox Game Pass, which I think that just kind of seems from just general knowledge. There really hasn't been that many brand new good games coming out on the Xbox Game Pass. Now, we did recently just go and have a Plague Tale and a few other various cool games come out on the Xbox Game Pass, but a big thing to note is that we haven't had a major game. The last major Xbox game I still think is like Halo, and that's been like almost a year ago at this point, maybe even over a year ago at this point, and I do not believe that there's any big major Xbox exclusives coming to Game Pass for this year. Like, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think there is. Now, Starfield's coming soon. Don't get me wrong on that. That'll probably bump up numbers. And I'm sure if Call of Duty acquisition goes up, I'm sure they'll have a huge amount of numbers. But a lot of folks were saying, kind of projecting, that at some point in the peak, that there was going to be like 25 to 30 million Game Plus subscribers or Game Pass subscribers. But it kind of seems like those numbers are now lower based on other revenues that came out to more of the 16 to 18 million. And I'm sure a lot of those numbers are also falling off as time goes on because there's just less games coming out and there's less reason to keep your subscription. And let's go and say you have it for a year and you like it. Well, then guess what? If there's no new games, you're going to maybe go and cancel it. Same with a lot of folks canceling Netflix too, and their subscription numbers have gone down a lot. And that kind of ties into as well, and they'll talk about this, where even some of the Xbox Series X's and S's especially have been sitting on the shelves a lot longer. Like, they're trying to go do a lot more deals, a lot more bundles, a lot more promotions to get people to go and buy the consoles. And console sales are still a big thing when it comes to Microsoft. Like, Xbox is a huge division, making up a pretty large portion of their revenue. So if they're also doing layoffs for also all around Microsoft, that might also lead into more future layoffs, which is always bad, but as well, potentially also laying off folks at the Xbox department. And you can kind of go and tell the crunch on the economy is coming in pretty high because a lot of folks, big businesses, tech businesses, etc., are losing profit. They're losing market share, and also their stocks are going down. And I'm sure that also affects a lot more folks just casually subscribing. So you have folks out here, let's say, subscribing to Game Pass and Netflix. As I mentioned, they're probably maybe canceling them or at least considering the features if it's not up to scuff. So basically, a lot of these places are also lowering up their price points down here too as well, or now they're even trying to push it to even lower prices. Like some places such as Oppenheimer cut its Microsoft price target for $270 from $300. And as you guys probably saw from before, some folks are saying like, hey, $340 to now maybe $300. So half the reduction is in FX. The other is diminished demand. So that's more on probably like, say, Microsoft all products when it comes to Windows, brand new Windows when it comes to Xbox, Xbox Game Pass, etc. And they also said the most acute pressure continuing in more personal computing. So, and this is also, once again, highlighting especially what I'm saying as you guys look. The pressure continued in more personal computing. PCs, gaming, Xbox Game Pass, Xbox Series X and S sales, hardware sales, etc. And also PCs tied to Game Pass too as well. But then also slower sales cycles in productivity and business processes and intelligent cloud, wrote Oppenheimer analyst Timothy Horan. The last quarter was only the second in 5 years that Microsoft missed consensus, indicative of current precarious macro overriding its historically durable franchise. So a lot of folks are just realizing that the market is going crazy. I could even go and see like an opinion article, which is not what we're looking into, but like in the opinion, tech earnings are about to dive. What is Microsoft? It's tech. And there's no life preservers in sight because the Fed still wants to keep on raising the interest rates. So all this kind of tied in, it just kind of goes to show that Microsoft seems to be in like a little baby bit of a struggle. Now, do I think it's going to fail and go bankrupt? No, absolutely not. Do I think Microsoft stock is going to bounce back even bigger than what it's at right now once these macro conditions improve? Absolutely, without any doubt in my mind. I have Microsoft stock myself, so I'm speaking with my money rather than my words. And as well, just a lot of this type of stuff is just kind of the overall market stuff. Like I'm sure in the next year or so, we might even see Sony going through similar issues with them losing money on maybe PlayStation consoles. But as of right now, they're still selling out and selling like hotcakes. And there's going to be a certain point where the supply overhinges the demand. And also maybe people might get sick of it, or they're going to wait for the PS5 Pro, or they're just going to switch to PC, or maybe after God of War Ragnarok, there's no major game that's on the horizon that they really want to play. So it's kind of just intriguing to see that Microsoft is having issues besides the cloud gaming. Like cloud revenue is huge, and we do know that Microsoft wants to go into cloud gaming with xCloud, etc. So at the end of the day, it's feeling pretty good. Like I do think long term, if they keep on expanding into Game Pass, they get more games. It's a lot of ebb and flow when it comes to the world and economy. But I do think if they plan up for the next up, I think Microsoft will still do very well. But at the end of the day, it does seem scary that Microsoft is laying people off, that they're not releasing good games on Game Pass. Game Pass subscribers are going down. And, well, we just don't really know their next few steps besides Starfield when it comes to gaming. Like, we just really don't know. Same with the Xbox Series S and, like, bad PR with that one. It's just all overall a little bit sketchy. So give me your thoughts and comments down below as well. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below, Target links down below, Twitter and Twitch stream down below. And I appreciate you guys all so much for watching here in the first place.